Welcome to another episode of Revolution Coach's Corner, where we join Coach Grevious of the U19 Elite team. It's good to be back for another season.
It is.
It's always great. It's always great. Let's get a little bit into your coaching background.
Okay, so I've been with the Revolution. This will be my 6th full season. Been the U19 head coach since its inception 3 years ago. Since this is year 3 for the group. Coached with our junior A team my first year here. Took over the Empire program shortly thereafter. It's been a good couple of years. So having a good team this year, having a great season so far, and looking forward to building off of that as we continue.
Good. Who has influenced your hockey career the most, you would say?
My old high school coach, his name was Sean Zimmerman, been a guy that's been influential in my life for most of my upbringing since about 13. He was my high school coach, he was my bantam coach, was a father figure in my life. So some good advice from him and some good life lessons. But yeah, him and I still stay in constant contact, and he's incentivized me, and I take a lot of what we do with our team to prepare from how we prepare with his group too. So yeah, he's been a big influence on me as far as a coach goes, and he's been there for some good support, and it's been good.
Being a longtime Revolution coach here, what would you say is the biggest change you've seen since the program has started?
I think the biggest thing is really just how we handle players and how we attack developing players and retaining guys. And the first couple of years it was a pretty transient program where guys would be in and out, and you wouldn't have regular cast of guys moving through on a regular annual basis. And this is the first couple of years we've seen that come to fruition. So it's been successful both at junior A and with our 19 group.
So, is there any changes you would like to see to the program?
No, I think we're going in the right direction. We've made a lot of strides since my time here, and I give a lot of credit to Chris Canale, our GM, and I think he's made a plan from day one, and he's stuck to it, and it's been good for all of us. I think the guys that we have on staff now, from game day ops to our equipment guys to obviously our coaching staff and our management is all on the same page and is uniform, which I think helps everybody day to day, because we're kind of all going for the same common goal, which in years past hasn't been awful, but it hasn't been where it is today.
What is your personal coaching philosophy?
So I'm big on just team unity and guys being on a unit for each other and doing the simple things, the selfless things. Obviously, coaching guys through certain life situations. I definitely will attack a group of our players with, what's going on in their life and how do we work them through life goals and issues that they're having, maybe friends or school or, with their girlfriends or whatever it may be. We try and really keep a family here. So I think it's important to have accountability with our group. I think it's important to prepare the same way every single day and be consistent. And I think over the course of the season you'll see, and it's kind of prevalent this year, that we have, with the mix of the right guys and the right coaching and the right things behind the scenes, you definitely, we are pushing through this year, and I think our philosophy has always kind of stayed the same. We work hard, we go after teams, we play with speed, we have good character on the rink, on the ice, away from the rink. Yeah, I think that's, I guess, if you would put it as my philosophy.
When scouting those players, what would you look for as you're watching a game or practice?
It definitely depends on what our needs are, first of all. If I'm just out watching a game, which I don't really ever just do, I don't ever really pop into a game with no purpose, but it really goes on need, and will that particular player, his style, fit into what we're doing as a collective? I think it is important to have variety of players to fill certain roles. If you have a team full of 20 goal scorers and there's only one puck, right? So I think it's important to have a good mix of character guys, good hardworking guys, skill guys, goal scorers, and then it's my job and our staff's job to make those things work. So again, back to your question, I don't necessarily have something in particular to look for, but if we're looking at forwards, depending, is he a center? What hand is he? A lot of different things go into it depending on what I'm looking at. But defensemen for sure. I like bigger defensemen, or I like bigger, heavy defensemen, or I like small, quick puck moving guys. I'm extreme on either one side. I don't really have a guy who's a little bit of both. I like to mix and match complementing players, so maybe we have one guy who's a stay-at-home D-man and one guy who's very offensive. Those guys will usually play together and support each other and play off each other. So if I don't notice a defenseman in scouting a game, usually that's a good thing. You've done your job, and I tell that to my guys too. You know, if you're being noticed, it's either because you're making massive mistakes or you're making some extremely talented plays. But again, I have a philosophy on that too. Of if I wanted to really care about how many goals you scored as a defenseman, you'd be playing as a forward, right? So you know, again, it all depends. In goaltending, as you know, here our goaltending program is, I would say, next to none. So I don't really have to search for goaltenders too often. We do a lot of training with some really good goalies in the area, so they do kind of gravitate here because of our goalie background. So yeah, I think it's scouting players in general is always fun, and it's never easy, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of time spent on the phones and away from families and at games, and you know, on top of coaching your own schedule. So it is a tough road for sure.
I bet. And a little on the lighter side, we're in the Halloween festivities here.
I have no costume.
You have no costume yet.
I have no costume yet. I was thinking maybe it'd be a bowling pin.
A bowling pin?
Yeah, or my wife Brittany. Maybe she could be like an outlet and I'll be like a plug, and we'll go around together. You know, I'm not sure.
It's a great option.
Yeah, maybe, or I could be DJ T and she could be Clinton. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh man, it's a great thing.
We'll see. We got a couple more days.
So in this upcoming election, you know who you're voting for?
Oh, absolutely.
Who would that be?
The next president.
And that would be
Donald Trump.
Okay.
Let's make America great again.
Okay, it seems like you're set.
I'm pretty certain. Yep.
Let's make it great again.
Make it great again.
All right, it's always fun, and looking forward to another great year with the Rev.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, Justin.
Thanks, Vince.